Hi, it's Julie. Welcome to your core workout. So we'll just get going. We're going to start on our back in relaxation position. So just coming down to the mat, rolling down, get myself in place, rolling down. And you're just going to take a little second to set up in your neutral pelvis and neutral spine. So we're hip distance and parallel. The feet are in line, ankles are in line with our sit bones. And we're just lengthening down into the mat. So the back of the head, the ribs, back of the pelvis, sacrum, all nice and heavy into the mat. Arms are just relaxed down at the sides of the hips. And the chin is in line with our breastbone. And we're just making sure that we're nice and neutral, so the two hip bones are nice and even. So we've got our little gentle curve in our lumbar spine, and we've got our gentle curve in the back of our neck. Just going to start by taking a few rounds of breaths into the ribs. So Pilates breathing into the sides and the backs of the rib cage. And as you exhale, just relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders, and just allowing the ribs to melt back in towards each other and the abdominals to wrap around the spine. So 2 more breaths just like that, breathing in and exhale. Letting the abdominals gently wrap around, starting to work with that core, starting to build that strength, breathing in and exhale. Good. We're going to start with some gentle pelvic tucks just to kind of mobilize the low back. So working with the breath, the inhale, the exhale, just going to start to tuck your tailbone underneath you, just flatten the back into the mat. Take a little breath there, and then as you exhale, back to neutral, and then send your pubic bone down towards the mat. So you're increasing your arch in your low back. So it's just a little bit gentle mobility to warm up the low back. So working between those 2 points, so flattening the back into the mat and then rolling all the way forward, just increasing that arch in the back. So flattening down and then rolling forward. And then we're going to come into spine curls from there. So this time, you're going to take a little breath in. And then as you exhale, flatten the back into the mat. And then you're going to start to wheel the spine up piece by piece. So opening at the hip bones, just looking to get to the tips of the shoulder blades, breathing in at the top. And then you're going to start to wheel the spine all the way back down, piece by piece. Just releasing the back into neutral. So low back into neutral. So 2 more just like that. So reaching the knees forward. Arms are still kind of lightly pressed into the mat. And then just wheeling the spine piece by piece. So keeping that rib cage connected down towards the pelvis. Wrapping the abdominals the whole time, using the glutes to open the hips. Exhale. Wheeling the spine back down, releasing back into neutral. On this one, we're going to hold it up. So we're going to hold up, so the glutes firing, hamstrings firing. You're going to bring your arms up in line with the shoulders, hold that position, and we're going to do a little single knee fold. So breathing in, wrapping the abdominals, connecting the ribs towards the pelvis. You're just going to stack one knee over the hip and then bring it back down. Stack the other knee over the hip and bring it back down. So it's a little march of the legs. We're keeping the 90-degree bend in the knee, moving from the hip. Trying to keep the pelvis nice and level, so looking to keep those 2 hip bones nice and even, using the glutes. Last 2 now. Smile through it. Good. And then just wheeling the spine all the way back down, releasing into neutral. From there, coming into toe tap, so taking a breath in, you're going to stack one knee over the hip, take another breath in, stack the other knee, so abdominals drawing down really strong through the core here and into toe tap. So one leg at a time, sending that thigh away, keeping nice and neutral in the pelvis. Exhaling to draw the abdominals down, taking the toe towards the floor. Remember, you don't have to tap the floor. It's all about working in neutral, so make sure those abdominals are wrapping down. Relax in the upper body, jaw, shoulder. Let's go for 6. Last 5. Woo. Feel it now. 4, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can float the arms. Good. Last set here. Abdominals drawing down. Lovely. Good. From there, holding the position, you're going to take the legs out into single leg stretch. So connect the inner thighs, breathing in, send one leg long, draw it back in using the abs. Send it long, draw it back in. Long and in. Keep the shoulder blades tracking down on the mat. Trying to keep neutral in the low back. Use the abs to bring the leg back in. Good. And breathe out as the leg lengthens away. Good. Feel it now. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. From there, keep the legs where they are. You're going to bring the hands behind the head. Make a little pillow wide through the collarbones here. Breathing in, you're coming into curl ups. So exhale, chin to chest, and you're just going to curl up, look towards the thighs, and then just curling back down. Breathing in, exhale, chin to chest, exhale, and then back down. Good. So working with that, working with the breath, looking just to get to the tips of the shoulder blades. Good. And then on this one, you're going to hold it up. And you're going to toe tap from there. So breathing in, little set. So growing strong. Keep the elbows nice and wide. And just keep looking down, drawing the abdominals. Good. Woo! Spicy. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. All right, hold there, head back down to the mat. You're going to bring the arms up and over, curling up to take 100. So you're going to pump the arms. You can extend the legs here. You can lower the legs down if you wish. Or you can take the legs down to the floor if you're new to Pilates. Otherwise, work to your level. So spine is nice and quiet. Movement coming from the shoulders. Little soft point on the toes, and try and keep the curl up towards tips of the shoulder blades, drawing those abdominals down the whole time. Good. Good. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Draw the knees back in. Hands behind the head. We're going into crisscross. So exhale, send one leg away, shoulder to knee, back in. Try and get those shoulder blades off the mat. Stretching the leg long. Abdominals drawing down. Woo! Feel it now. Keep the jaw relaxed. Shoulders down the back. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Hug the knees in, head down. Take a little rock from side to side. Breathe it out there. Woo! Definitely feel the core now. I'm awake. It's good going. Fab. Bring the feet back down to the mat, just coming back into relaxation. Just check to make sure you're still neutral. We'll just do some hip rolls. So bring the legs together, sealing up through the inner thigh. Breathing in. As you exhale, you're going to use the abdominals to roll the pelvis. So we're going to open the side of the body. Breathe into the ribs. Nice stretch. Lengthen out, send the knee, top knee away. And then back to neutral. Other side, breathing in, exhale. Lengthen that side. And back to neutral. Another way. So keep the jaw soft, keep the shoulders down on the mat. Back to neutral. One more the other way. Reaching, side body. Beautiful. From there, you're going to come onto your side. So you're going to come up onto one arm. So just make sure position of the arm is the elbow is under the shoulder, and you're going to stack the hips on top of each other, shoulders, knees, and the ankles. And we're going to do a little leg lift and lower. So the top knee extends long, you flex the toes up towards your feet, draw the abdominals in towards the spine, connect the rib cage on top of the pelvis, and then you're just going to lift and lower. You can have your top arm lightly placed on the mat in front of you. Just lifting and lowering. And you've got to make sure the underneath waist is lifted here. So no crashing in the shoulder, no lowering of that waist. Press actively into the forearm, lift out of the shoulder and stretch that leg away from you. So lengthening out to keep the lift on the underneath waist. Try and smile. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold there, point the toe, and then you're going to do 5 circles one way. So try and bring the leg behind the body. 4, 5, and then you're going to switch the direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Restack there, coming into little side plank. So again, you can side plank in this position, or you can pop one foot down, losing space on the mat. Pop one foot down and you can use the underneath leg for a bit of support. So you're just going to press the hips up, arm in line with the shoulder. So press the underneath hip so you're really lifted in the underneath waist. Make sure you're nice and neutral, so glutes firing to open the hips, arm in line with the shoulder. Try and smile, draw the ribs in towards the pelvis to connect to the pelvis, sorry. For 3, 2, 1, and then relaxing down. Switching to the other side. Little blast, so as we're even on both sides. So elbow under shoulder, forearm pressing into the mat, stacking all of the joints here, so we're nice and in neutral. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked. Really active in the forearm. So pressing out of the shoulder, so there's no pressure in the shoulder joint here. Top leg lengthens away, flex the toes, and we go into our lift and lower. So lift the underneath waist by pressing into the arm. Relax the jaw and the shoulders down the back. Breathing in, breathing out, abdominals working the whole time. Good. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Hold the leg at hip height, point the toes, 5 circles. So through 2, counting's off, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. And then we're going to switch back, opposite direction, keep lifting out of the shoulder. Almost there, 2, 1. Beautiful. Stacking that knee back up, taking your plank. Whatever version you did on the other side, do the same. So really pressing into the forearm, arm in line with the shoulder. Glutes squeezing or active, so as the hips are nice and open. We're 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost there, and then down. Then from there, coming back onto your back. Last little round of core work. So just lengthening back down to the mat. Find your relaxation position. Take a little breath in. You're going to stack one knee. Breathe in, exhale, stack the other knee. Hands behind the head. You're going to curl up. Bring the hands to the sides of the shins and into single leg stretch. So we're almost there. Finisher here. So reaching, breathing. Really pulling the leg in, getting the hip flexor stretch. Tips of the shoulder blades if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Legs where they are, double leg stretch. So legs forward, arms behind. Make sure you're in your good curl up. So use the hands here a little bit to give you a little extra boost if you need it. Going for a set of 5. Breathing. Last 2. One more for luck, I lied. Good. Hug the knees in, take the head down. Take a little walk from side to side. A couple of breaths into the sides of the ribs. Exhale. And then rolling onto your side to come up. And that is your little blast for the core. So I hope you enjoyed that, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.